Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. As I promised, I'm going to do live Mercury retrograde for you. This is going to be a lot of interesting because the traveling of Mercury retrograde at some point is going to be together with Venus, particularly with Pisces energies. It's going to be a lot of fixing itself. But that is going to be with the lack of love and review evaluations within the love. This is going to be a heavy energies in there, particularly that we are going to be starting this period with the full moon. We are talking about there's going to be the full moon of Virgo there. Heavy stuff, heavy energies. Just to remind you that there is a shadow and pre-shadow period in there that it's coming. There's going to be, of course, after shadow period. What I want to talk about today, it's like as soon as it hits. Hi, Jolene. Thank you for coming in. Glad to see you here. By the way, you can ask some questions live during this reports. So if you have any questions for you, that's going to be benefit for you. Okay. So we're talking about that particular energy. It's gonna be interesting beginning of that full moon because the kind of like the whole energy blow up with all this Mercury Venus retrograde is gonna be at the same time as the moon. It's gonna be here. We are gonna be able to see it in there. That's gonna be a very interesting 28th of March. This is going to be some interesting situations in this. It's going to be a lot of evaluation, a lot of self-talk. So let's talk about a little bit about Mercury. Who is Mercury? Mercury is the messenger of God. He serves half of the time to God, and half of the time he does what he's supposed to. What he does is he's responsible for communications. Okay, when we're talking about communications, that is the communications that you are expressions towards others, so verbally. Okay, or nowadays this could be text messages. There is so many things. Just to give you reminders, don't start up any new contracts during Mercury retrograde. Don't don't buy new electronics. That is another big one in there. And if you have to communicate, double, triple, quadruple check, make sure that the communications are clear. There's going to be a lot of misunderstanding, particularly misunderstanding from within yourself. And a misunderstanding from within yourself is going to be reflecting out there. This is going to be a lot of challenges that it's going to be coming in. We are going to be seeing it when the moon is going to be getting there because now within all this Pisces areas energies, we are going to be having a lot. We're talking about Saturn. We're talking about the North Node. We're going to talking about Neptune, Venus, and Mercury now, and the moon is going to be joining them as the sun is going to be going into Aries. So now with all this kind of like energies in there, we talk about this exit, enter. You have to let it go of something. Okay, this is going to be a lot of fixing the internal communications, how you talk to yourself. In particular, this is going to be about love. In a love situations, this is going to be like a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of I don't feel my partner because you don't feel yourself. It's not about your partner, it's about yourself. So pay attention on that particular energy there. You have to go ahead and fix your mind. Some of you is going to be doing some great mistakes. Some of the things that I'm going to be seeing it with this, particularly when communications is back up, Aries is not happy. Is not happy to go back in there. Venus is not happy to go back and do this mental processes. There's going to be some. I've seen a lot of mental breakdowns. I'm seeing a lot of emotional situations, processes that needs to be redone, but I see also a lot of learning. There's gonna be some incredible amount of learning. An incredible amount is gonna be one of those two. Talking about Mercury and Venus, they're gonna be going direct. The first is gonna be going direct to communications. So pay attention in there. First of all, Venus went out retrograde. Now Mercury is going retrograde. At 10, Mercury is gonna be direct, and 10 Venus is gonna be going direct. Is that has something to do with everything? Yes, it does. Okay, because you're feeling the love that it's going back. You're feeling that you need to talk to yourself back to see to revise the situations. You're going to be going into this Piscean energies in there because that is at the end of things. And here it's going to be the mistake of a lot of the people is going to be doing this Mercury retrograde. They're going to be ending things that they're because they're thinking that they're going to be starting something new in there. And that is going to be trigger a lot of breakdowns. Okay. And this is what those breakdowns is going to be coming in because the old belief system that was prematurely built as a Venus and Mercury went from Pisces into Aries is going to has to be revised because it's not full, it's not complete. There is something is not right. The truth it has to come out. The truth has to be find out in there. And how you gonna be distinguish this truth? You're gonna go back into the teacher. It's a Venus and Saturn conjunction again. You're gonna be seeing it. They're gonna be traveling for a little bit together. But through all this period in there, I was talking about Lilith. Now the Liliths we are gonna be seeing them that they're gonna be pretty much together. They're leading to the North Node and Neptune. Your vision. That visionaries in there, okay? Visionaries within the soul. Can you imagine? I want to send you back before you came to the earth, okay? You had a visions of how your life should be and how your life should be supposed to be, and you see the gate as your soul is going into the earth. And right now, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you're feeling guilty. You feel like hold on, you're feeling a certain things like it's not moving, the world is not going where it's supposed to, your world doesn't go where it's supposed to. Can you see all that things within the collective? And now you see the door but from the other side that you have to go back in there. There is something you forgot about it. It's about the soul. And people forgetting about the soul because when they're focused on the material possessions and material existence of I am, they forget like where they came from. They're forgetting they came on from the spiritual world. And this is why is this mindset that needs to be fixed during this retrograde. It's going to go back into the spirituality. It's going to be talking to the soul. It's going to be leading the proper way of the soul. Okay? And 10, the things is going to be moving forward. All right. People start believing and going into God when everything there is no other options except for them to go into the divine energies, to look at it, the spirituality, to look at it deep into the mental process. I'm expecting a lot of crashes within the people, within belief system, within the finding, because the truth is coming out. And now with that truth, you can't hide. It's gonna be coming everywhere. So, beginning of this energies, we are talking about that this is the map for the 14th of March. As you see it, the moon is going to be up here opposing Venus and Mercury, opposing Neptune and North Node, the sun. That is going to be the little bit right after the full moon. Those emotions is going to be high, okay? And now with that full moon and switching in the next day, we're talking about the next day, we're switching with Mercury is going to retrograde. We're seeing it, those energies even more powerful because right now these oppositions in there towards Venus and Mercury is going to be focused on that. Your emotions going to be out of a balance, okay? The moon is going to be squaring Mars. This is leading to the family situations. So there's going to be a lot of things within myself, family and relationships. Okay, things are gonna be going a little bit off chart, off situations. Hopefully, you are gonna be learning to stay positive no matter what, to stay on a course no matter what. You are learning. Okay, it doesn't ask for any actions at the current present moment. You are doing revaluations, and when you do revaluations, don't make any permanent decisions on temporary feelings, because this energy is going to be felt. This energy is going to be beginning of going and put pressure and puts pressure and puts pressures in there. Okay. High self-worth, cherries. And this is going to be the 16th of March. Okay, we're about 5 days away right now. And thank you for let me reminds me about what is going on as we see in those energies. The next day, on the 17th, we're going to be seeing the downwards with the Lilith. Here is this divine energies we are talking about. We're talking about the truth, the mean Lilith. They're all going to come in together. They're all going to be pointing at this final degrees of Pisces. This is kind of like it's your final thing. Okay. And this is going to be that kind of like an energy of the people is going to be giving up right before the final. They're like, oh, I don't want to go back into that dark night of the soul. I don't want to go back into these dualities. I don't want to go back in studies in there. And the energy, the collective energy is like, it's going to be for your own good. It's kind of like, I don't want to go back into the mental hospital. Okay. Basically, the whole collective, it's going to be needing this mass awakening in there. Okay. And with that mass awakening, you've actually been in the hospital all your life because there was all false. Now you're seeing the truth and you're awakening. It's like, oh my God, should I get to what's going on with me? Okay. Everything is going to be okay as long as you really put yourself in that strength within a psyche, because you're going to process. And those processes is very crucial because Mercury at Aries. I'm talking to myself. I'm making it myself. I have to be more positive about myself. This is the self starters. This is the people who are self-made. That's what it's coming. This initial talk, not to put yourself down, not to be like, oh my God, I'm going to be going into this. I cannot handle it. I had this before, happens to be. I got those situations and so on. So now with the Liliths and the Moon putting in towards the North Node, they are going to be like, make the balance within yourself. Make the balance within the divine energies. Okay? And talk to your soul. Let the soul lead you. That's what this energies is going to be. All right? Don't look at it. What is your partner particularly do? Because right there in Pisces, this is the last zodiac sign about the partnerships in spirit. Okay? This is where you have this energies until you're making it to the new. Right? So there's going to be a lot of mental rebirth. Lots of mental rebirth. All right. On the 18th, the moon is going to be going through Scorpio. That is going to be going to the underworld. Let me remind you, the more deep you go, the more higher you will reach. Because that extensions that it's coming in there. If you're in the center, if you're going this way, which is in the underworld, okay, that's Scorpio's energy, you're going to this Taurus energy on the other end. Okay? So, as you know, the law, if every positive force has the same amount of negative force on the other end. That's how the gravity works. Okay? The gravity spreads out. It's the same thing with the magnets. Okay? You take the one linear magnet, the same equal magnetic field of the positive and the negative. They're in the same part of the one. And that's you. Okay? And that is you. So as this energy is going to be affecting us so much as the moon is going to be going through this energies. We are seeing it that the difference here between Mercury and Venus is beginning to shrink. Okay, so be more flexible within yourself. All right, on the 19th, the moon, it's going to a little bit more within. There's going to be some lots of energies that's going to be affecting all this. The moon in Scorpio is going to be with Chiron. Okay, that energy is with the Chiron. We talk about the self-healing. Now it's the time you just feel this energy of I'm healing myself. But since those energies they're going to be going into Pisces, you're like, okay, I need to fix my mentality. There's going to be some heavy energies for Libras and Virgos, because all those energies that are right now in Pisces and Aries, they're going across. So you have these energies right here, but you don't see that you also have this other energy right in the opposite hand, right? And if you have energies right here, you're going to start spinning, right? So be mindful about those energies, particularly with those positions. If you're one of those four zodiac signs, you really have to look inside of yourself how you talk to you. That is going to be ultimately leading to how you're going to be communicate with yourself. Since Jupiter and Pluto is going to be sextiling all these energies, you're going to be seeing at the transformations for the growth. This is a good things, okay, that happens within you. You're going to feel like, oh, but I don't have the love. Oh, I don't feel that love. You're going to feel this negative talk from within. You're going to feel the vibrations. It's like a total disconnect. You're disconnecting from within. You're disconnecting from the world. You're disconnecting with people around you, and you're like, "Gee, what the heck is going on?" Well, when your soul is on the other side, you're connecting with everybody in the 3D world. No, you're not. And now we are going to be going in there. So this kind of like a disconnections right now is going to be very powerful, but it's about to disconnect you from the mind that you preset, the programs, this cultures, religions, everything that doesn't rate with the journey that you need to go to it. It has to be go back in there. You're going to be reevaluated. You're going to be seeking it. You're going to be finding out the truths, particularly when that comes in. Say Mercury and Venus, they're going to be facing who? Lilith. But Lilith is going to go also to the underworld. So we're going to have a lot of mental process that needs to be done. A lot. And hold your horses, okay? Don't put these negative pressures towards partners. I stay down. Okay. The next day, we're talking about the 20th of March. The moon is going to be beginning to trine all these processes. You're going to be seeing it on this. She's going to be at the 2 degree of Sag. Powerful moments is going to be a lot of expressions that it's going to be. It is going to be like, okay, these negative things happens for good reasons. Because anything that happens negative within your life, have you look at it on the other side of the polarity, other side of the gravity. Okay? It brings something positive. That's what you should have in mind. You have in your mind these magnets. Okay? Something going on in here, something is coming in it, and it's try to attract this energy. Okay? So if you have more focus on the north side, if you're more focused on the negative, if you're more that's what you're putting that energies in there. But as I putting that energy, a lot of negativity comes in here, and guess what? You're not attracting this. This is kind of like you go in and you put the magnet, the negative side, into a lot of metal pieces, and now all they are coming in, and now it's too heavy because on the other side there is no balance. You have to learn to let go of those so the magnet can have a balance. Okay, the magnet can have a balance. All right, on the next day, the 21st, we're seeing it here that Venus is at 3 degrees up here. We are seeing it, Mercury is going to be at 7th. They are going to be at 4 degrees difference. And we're seeing it, that energies of Lilith that it's coming. The moon is going to be opposing Jupiter, and the squares here, the North Node, it's going to be a pretty much third quarter moon. A lot of that effect is going to be like the wrong expressions, the wrong informations. You maybe find one book and talks all about the negative side in one issue, and you'll find one book that talks all about the positive issues. And then you look at the people who wrote it. You look at their history. If the one has a very bad experience in life and made it a book about this bad experience, a bad situation, the other one explain the positive thing, energy in there, and something positive happened there. But the subject is the whole thing. And now you are like, where should I grow? You should grow in the both directions. Okay, you should expand. Look at it on yourself in there, and that expansion is going to be able to help you because your magnetic field is going to expand, guys. Okay, here's a little bit of sidetrack to teach you something here. When you put more energy to a one magnet, the magnetic field is expands. But as the magnetic field is going to be expanding in there, if you just wrapping up a coil around a magnet, you're going to have a constant voltage. But if you increase the magnet, increase the coil, you're going to have more voltage. And that's how you are. When you are putting more of that expansions within yourself, okay, you're going to be able to fast processing the new energies of Age of Aquarius. You're going to be able to do a lot more things compared to before. You're going to be able to multitasking. You're going to be able to operate on this fast light energies as like a computer computates are something that current computers cannot. Okay, the brain can do that. All right. The quantum computers are built on the principle of the positive and the negative, and they're computing a very interesting way. You can do it, but your brain is developed in the base of the universe, so that energy, when you expand, you're going to be able to get more downloads with you. You're going to be able to process more energy. The more energy comes in, the more energy is coming out, and that is that power of expansions that you are going to be feeling it. But that expansion is also when you give. You see, Sag is about the giving out there, to put it out there, to be out there. Okay, that is the painter who makes the paintings. That is the author who writes the book. That is the sculptor who makes that and put it out there so the people can get it. He makes that energy that he felt and giving it to you. Can you give it to yourself though? Okay, this is gonna be one of the energies they're going to be. All right, 22nd. That is gonna be the sun. It's been already in the Aries. That's gonna be the third quarter moon. Very interesting firing situations is going to be because too much fire. This kind of like emotions is going to be too heavy. Okay. Right now Venus is at 3 degrees in there, and the Mercury is at 6. They're 3 degrees apart right now. The sun is at almost 2 degrees. So you're going to feel this Venus Mercury going into the authority, and this love that's going backwards, and these communications that goes backwards going towards the authority, and it's like, oh my god, what's going on? Usually that's talking about like people said the government doesn't love it, and now we are going to be making uprising because he has something that has to be processed. But the people don't understand certain things about governors because they don't know how to govern themselves. That is about it. You to govern your own self. I'm expecting a lot of going on that happens into all this, particularly because usually those retrogrades, they are very powerful this for the society on these situations. All right, we're going the next day. That is the 23rd. That square still is going to be active. This is where Venus and the Sun, they're going to be basically switching sides in there. We're going to be see that shift within the consciousness. The love is going to be coming back. You're going to be beginning. It's like, I'm not worried about the authority. They can do whatever I have to. I need to fix myself. I need to figure out how strong I gotta be. It doesn't matter what's going on out there. I need to see within my spirit. At the same time, the authority is trying to bring these new situations, these new energies, trying to develop this new authority. Now your communications in the Venus have to go back because you want to make the things right. You want the things, the situations to be right. And you have to talk to who? The person in the mirror, which is you. Take a look at yourself in the mirror with all your emotions expressions, the good and the bad. You're going to find a lot of things about yourself, a lot of things about the energies, a lot of things about observing there. Try it. Try to see when you're happy and smile and it's so beautiful and so on. Then see yourself when you're angry. You're not going to look at yourself. Trust me. You're going to be scared. All right. Okay, talking about the next day, that's going to be the 24th. We have the moon that's going to be squaring Mars. Chiron situations, a lot of unhealed wounds is going to be looked at. Yeah, because right now you develop a lot of wounds. They don't need it anymore because you have to go back before you were born. Basically, you have to go back where the soul is. What is your soul purpose? A lot of the people is going to be not worry about anything else. They're going to be, what is my soul purpose is here? There's something has to be putting into the end. Something is not quite right. I cannot be doing like this. And here it's going to be this mental breakdowns within the people that's going to be. Okay, because you're feeling like you are going back to a place that you don't want it to go. Because guess what? It's going to be require you to be the truth in the soul. It's going to be require you to be the honest to yourself. It's going to be basically, you cannot lie to yourself. Everything that it was within you is going to be just coming out. Because there is nothing hidden in the universe. And now you have to face it this. Okay? You have to be seeing it then. All right, keep on going. By the way, guys, if you have so many questions, you can bump them up. The next day, we're talking about the 25th of March. The moon and Pluto is going to be together. That is going to be the intuition is going to be pouring those energies. You see it, the energies, everything leads to here. Everything. Just that is the focus, this portal of truth. Okay. If you've been seeing it, the portal of the truth, in the Egyptians' mythology, there was this feather. And in order you to do something in there, so you can get through the gate of truth and you can go into the afterlife in there, you have to put something there. Okay? And now, when you put them there, if the feather is rising up, mean you have a heavy karma. You have a lot of things to go on in there. If that is a balance, or actually whatever he puts is up in there, you're going into. So think about with an old those things inside of it within yourself in there. It is about that transition and change. And Pluto is going to be really asking you to transform. He's going to be asking you to take this time for your own self. The pressure is going to be, and particularly that pressure that it's coming, we're going to be seeing it from within ourselves. Venus in the next day, that's 26th of March. She's at 0 degrees 45 minutes within Aries. This is kind of like you staring at that door. You're staring at that gate. You're staring at like, should I go to the spirituality? Should I go look at it within my soul? Should I go do what I'm supposed to be doing within my soul? Something interesting else is happening on the other side. Right here, we have the true Lilith and the mean Lilith coming in together within this 30 degrees of Libra, 0 degrees of Scorpio. Okay. The moon currently, it is in divine energies with Mars, your actions to be with. So the people is not going to be listening to that intuition, but most of it, energy is going to be about that. And here is the moon. It's going to be moving even to the next day forward in there. She's going to be going into Pisces. Right now, there is about 2 degrees difference between Mercury and Venus in there. The sun, it's the 6 degrees. The sun pretty much is not going to have that much effects and power. You're going to be feel like powerless because when those processes of changes, the authority is going to be basically shutting down. Okay? Because right now it is about the moments of truth. Okay? It is about these moments of truth. It has to be making this balance. And the true Lilith, right now, it is in Libra, while the mean Lilith, it's entering what? It's entering Scorpio. It's time to dive. Okay? It's time to dive deep. And throughout the day, actually, we're going to have Venus already going in that energy. We're seeing that in the next day, the Venus is going to be at that last degrees of Pisces, but she's going to be in divine energies with the true Lilith. Okay? And at that moment, Mercury, who is a retrograde, of course, he is going for that growth. He understands that he needs to talk about the growth. And that's what those processes, those negative processes, it's going to be help you to find the truth, how you to be a positive. Because you before you develop your new belief system, okay, which is that's what the process is about, you need to learn how to talk and communicate, what information you're going to be putting within yourself. Thinking about like you are a computer. What kind of programs you're going to put into that computer to operate for you? Okay? You're a writer, you want to writing programs. Would you put a music program in there? How to develop music? No. You're a writer. Can you put the coding programs? No. You don't need that. You don't know how to code. Okay? So seeing that this all processes in there, right now as the moon, it's going to be joining Saturn. We are going to be seeing a lot of learnings that's going to come with this. And this is when you're going to be beginning to determine it that like, okay, I'm going to be deleting those files. I'm going to be removing those situations. I'm going to be removing what it is and so on. And I am going to be putting the things in a proper way. I'm going to put my file systems in order. I'm going to be putting my mind in order first. Because you have to make up your mind. But in order to make up your mind, you have to learn that the communications are needed there. Those internal communications that you know about yourself, that they are talking to you, that they said, you're not doing this right. This is wrong. This is not good for you. What are you doing? Okay, there's going to be a lot of guilt tripping situations within this. Okay, a lot of guilt tripping. All right, the next day, interesting moments because this is going to be when the moon is going to be moving into Aries. We have that Neptune is like at the 3 minutes of going into Aries. We're seeing that the Mercury is right there. So the whole point, all those energies up here, is the divine energies from Lilith. as I said, you have to go deep. And you're going to be going deep within your consciousness in there, what you have to change. But the consciousness is going to be telling you go deep, go into the subconscious. Because there is that fish on the top of the surface, there is another fish down in the bottom. And that's what you're going to go. You're going to go to subconscious patterns, subconsciously knowing what it is, subconsciously you're understanding what is going on. Subconsciously you will find the solutions. Okay? So during this process of Mercury has been retrograde, please don't, as we said, don't make a new contract, new purchases, new things. Be mindful about this. All right? All right. Let's go. The next day, we're seeing it on the 30th of March that right now this Venus is already in the 28 degrees. Mercury is like pretty much crossing over. Okay, your communications from talking to myself, looking at the consciousness with others. Here's going to begin this transitions of learning how to be conscious to conscious connections in there, because you're shifting from talking to myself, talking to the spirit. Because when you as a spirit, you're talking to all the spirits out there. Okay, it's unlimited numbers, unlimited planets, pretty much. Okay, your mind cannot comprehend this, but you maybe not be ready for this and so on. But at the same time, you know that you are going to be going as back into the elders that were here, they were building, they created something, they did something. Okay, and you can see whatever they built was destroyed. Okay, we have a lot of examples in history of the earth. There has been a lot of civilizations that was destroyed, and we're continuing that path. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to change our consciousness, but our consciousness coming from our subconscious patterns, and that's what these Pisces energies is gonna be really pouring in. It's gonna be a lot of emotional situations. Those who doesn't understand what I'm saying is that this is gonna be the spiritual moments when you find the truth. Those who are ignited in the soul, in their inner soul relationships, they know what this is. Okay, particularly energies about all the soulmates, twin flames, divine partnerships, however you want to call it. All this is going to be very emotional. Okay, powerful energies, but it's going to be a powerful revelations, re-evolving. Okay, so be mindful. There's gonna be some very good things that is gonna be happen over and over again. All right, 31st of March, we're gonna have the moons going into Taurus. That is gonna be, the material world is not the way it is. As you pay attention, the market is in there. And now you're gonna be asking yourself, what's going on? How I'm gonna handle money? Because you're still operating of the mindset about money. Did the world was okay before the money? What did the people did? I'm producing tomatoes, you're producing cucumbers. I give you tomatoes, you give me the cucumbers. Good. You're a constructions, I'm producing tomatoes. Here I will pay you with tomatoes, you do the work in my house. That's what it was. There was no this money energies representations. Okay? So you have to understand that at some point we have certain things that was twisted, because the humanity, the ego, the person, everything that he learns, he's trying to justify it and how to twist it in order to be with himself. Okay, it's about me. How I'm gonna be benefited. I have to be benefited from this. What I'm doing at that, right? So this kind of like a mindset in there is gonna be needed to be changed. and you will have that shift within a consciousness, because the next day Mercury officially it's already in the Pisces. You're gonna be feeling it, those energies there. There's not gonna be that much effect from the true Lilith, but we are going to be seeing it. A lot of power is going to be coming from Mars. And Mars is being direct, and particularly right now that the moon is with Uranus and Taurus, from the problems of the previous day, we're going to be seeing it how we are going to talk about within ourselves, how we're going to be redeveloping new things. Uranus. What is Uranus? Uranus controlling what? Aquarius. New energies, cosmic energies. I have to bring the cosmic things on Earth. But before you bring the cosmic things on Earth or the soul into the Earth, you gotta have a right mind set. But since you are born, the veil of forgiveness, not forgiveness, the veil of forgotten. You forgot what it was all about. Well, now you're going to be reminded. And that's what this reminder is. Now you're going to be reminded that beautiful power of soul of love that you have, where that is, how you practice it into the world. Do you take in that soul love and you practice it in your daily activities? How do you think? How you process it? Are you still within this I self is only about me? Because I have to know that when I do something, it's got to benefit me. But you're dealing with the material situations here for a little bit. But now, since you have the knowledge and the possessions of the things that's going to happen, you can redevelop the things that's happening. You can go back and restore the things, but it's going to be that restorations. It's going to be needing fixing. It's going to be needing let it go. It's going to be needing to trust, and it's going to be needing a new belief system. Okay? You cannot operate with the Windows 95 in 2025. Okay? And that's what a lot of the people, they're still operating with Windows 95 in 2005. So this change of mentality, Mars is going to bring a lot of power. A lot of power within you, a lot of beliefs within you. You're not going to believe how much is the strong the power of the spirit is. And some of the people is going to see it. We're talking about the next day. That's going to be the 2nd of April. Okay, guys? Now, this yacht with the moon, that it's going to be making it with Lilith, and that beautiful, beautiful energies that's going to be putting to Venus and Mercury and the North Node. I mean, take a look. Saturn is at 24 degrees. North Node 26, Venus 27, Mercury 28. So they are all lined up. And right now we have a Neptune that came into Aries. Why the heck Neptune is going to be going into Aries? We got to have the visions of how to build a new self, so we can know what to let it go. So we can match what we're telling ourselves, what we believe of love and money within ourselves, which is Venus, and you to see the proper visions. And this is why if you have a brain fog, that brain fog is going to be start coming off. It's going to begin to clear, because now these visions, this new energy, this new rebirth, because you're doing it for that rebirth. And that's what Neptune is going into Aries. All right, 3rd of April. We're seeing it right now. Venus is going to be joining the North Node. Very powerful energies of Mars. Mars is going to be supporting the feminine energies in there. Proper communications, because he has the strength. He built that strength. He knows that strength. So now Saturn that supported Mars during the retrograde moments in there And if you remember back, Venus was there, but Mars was retrograde. Now, who helped Mars to put himself together? It was Venus, it was the love, it was the beauty. Now it's the back way. Now Venus is retrograde, Mars is going forward. Now we have to be helping in there, to help within your energies. We also have to help who? Your partner. Support. Wherever the support might be, you to understanding their internal processes within. Let them set their mind, because their mind is going to be reset mode. Okay? So don't pay attention on anything else. Let the energies doing their own job. Just don't write any nasty grams. Okay? All right. The next day, that's gonna be the 4th of April. Now we're seeing it that still Mercury is at 27 degrees. It's gonna be pretty much together with the North Node in there. The Sun, it's going at 14 degrees, but the Moon, it's entering Cancer. That's gonna be squaring those energies. Okay. And we are about to get that first quarter moon after the new moon in Aries, after this new beginning, how this new beginning will be. And guess what? Your intuition is still going to be operating on the old self. It's like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't have that love as I used to have in Aries. The fire, it's gone. This beautiful, lovely communications, it's gone. Talking about soul. What do you mean about that? And when I look at it in the soul, it's all about this inner work that I need to do. I don't want it to. So some of the people, it's gonna be really have some rough challenges. So as I said, also the duality signs is gonna be having duality, and the cardinal signs, which is duality signs is Gemini, Virgo, and Sag. And we are talking about Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. We're going to be seeing at this cardinal movements. Why will Aries is going to be the first cardinal sign? The cardinal changes is beginning with the one self that it's born. It's a cardinal change. You're going from spirituality, soul, this death in there to I'm in a body and I'm reborn. You make this cardinal change. Okay? The astrologers, they knew what they're doing. Reading the astrology. All right, 5th of April, the moon is going to be moving through Cancer, is going to be squaring the sun. Usually we have issues with that first quarter moon. Now this firing authorities like, what are you doing? I have to build myself. What are you talking about, family? I'm not ready to be a family. You're definitely not ready to be a family. Your mindset is not set about this. Who's going to set your mindset? Mars. Mars is going to be able to set you that, like, this is the path. No fears. Yeah, it can be emotions, and a lot of the people maybe going to find Mars weak. The proper Mars in there, it's dignity, honor, family, respect. If he sees that his son doesn't respect his mother, he knows what happens. He's going to be like, he's not going to respect the women in his life. So he's got to school him, right? Right? But he has to have the right mindset of the feminine side, understanding that. Right? Just a little issues within that. There's going to be a lot of emotions within this that needs to be redeveloped. All right. The next day, that's going to be the 6th of April. We have the moon and Mars. They're going to be trining everything. The intuition is going to come in. But that's going to be squaring the sun and Lilith. Because this kind of like going into the deep, and I mean, this Scorpio energy of the hidden things. You have to be like this. I would say it's a crime scene investigator cop that goes in there and digging in. You're going digging in into the underworld. But guess what? The cop and the investigation is you. You. You're the victim in that case. You gotta be in there. You're not gonna like those energies, but that doesn't mean that you cannot see that from within. And this is how you're gonna be beginning to understand what is not great for you and what you need to be achieving. All right. Now you understand this purposes because Mercury is together with the North Node. He's gonna tell you this is where I have to go. Have to go to the right way. Not this stuff that you kept hidden. Not those things that you're doing behind. Not those secretive agendas. Not those fears. Okay. And Mars and the Moon is gonna be a very powerful, but at the same time the weaknesses in there, and you got to be very careful with the Sun, the authority situations. I am the authority, and you put that energies towards all this. Oh, you ain't gonna be changing. Some of the people, they're not gonna change their mindset. Not everyone is gonna be winning this game. Okay, not everyone. The people who can, they can. The people who cannot, they're just gonna be going like the zombies. Okay. Um, it is what it is. All right. The 7th of April, the moon is gonna be at Leo. Now this authority of okay, it's time. We gotta do this. Okay. You're gonna be seeing that authority in there, that it's fixed. It's have to act more responsibility. You're put in the charge. Then now you have to be understanding your responsibilities. In there, Mercury right now it's stopped, and if you're paying attention in there, Mercury reached the North Node but never passed. So Mercury is gonna go into the North Node, slows down, gonna stay for 2 days with the North Node, but they're never gonna be passing by. It's gonna stay together because you are going to need to get the maximum of what the North Node wants to tell you in your subconscious, in your conscious, within your spirit, in your expansions within you. This is going to be the days that you are going to have to really move it. Because right now, Mercury is going to be stopping. He's going to be on this beginning and this stopping period. This communications is going to be slowing down. Because in the next days, he is going to be going direct. You're going to be feel like these things, it's coming out. And as these things coming out in there, those divine energies of the moon at the end of Leo and the beginning of Virgo, they are going to be pointing out here. Okay. Now we have the visions from Neptune. You have a Mercury who figure out what he needs to tell himself and what kind of information needs to get to getting into that North Node. What that North Node, it's required. Now you have the both things. Okay? You have the directions and you have the guidelines. You have the manuals. Okay? For your new belief system. All you have to do is what? Implement it. Okay? You have to implement it. And to implement this, we have this intuition that's going to be understanding this process. And we have a Mars who is ready for act upon it. Now, at the same time, we have a Venus and Saturn. They are both together at the 25th degrees. Okay? Very powerful, your energies with Uranus and Taurus. You're going to be seeing it how the material world can be a better place. Okay? Can be. You making it. Whatever you're going to be, you're making it yourself. And this is going to be a lot of power within a soul. A lot of energy is gonna be really coming up. All right. Well, Mercury is direct. Now, whatever we talked about it in there, as you see, those energies are changing. Right now, we are seeing it that energies is moving. Mercury, it's coming forward. Venus, it's still retrograde. She switched places with Saturn. She needs a little bit more to come. And now we see that the Mercury is like, okay, what do you do before you understand? You communicate, you read, you listen, you talk, you share. Okay, you're an observant of other people. And now that communications that you're getting within you, they're gonna beginning to work. They're gonna beginning to put you forward in a one very beautiful right place. And we're gonna be, I'm gonna be kind of like a scoop it up a little bit in there. I'm gonna be getting you to, as you see it, those energies of Mars is all the time support. I hope you are supporting your partner. All right, a few more days ahead. Just give me a second to adjust that. There's going to be some this shift in the consciousness. Particularly, we're talking about the 17th of April. Be mindful about this because right now you're going back into the physical world, and all I see is that little baby that it's all angry, just came out of the mother, and it's so on. It's like, oh my God, what do you mean I am again on this earth? I don't want it to be here in the first place. Be patient with that. That's gonna coming in from the sun squaring Mars, Mars squaring Lilith, and Lilith squaring Pluto. This is gonna be very improper, kind of like an environment that you're coming in. I would say hostile environment. Okay. Usually, when the Pluto and Mars they are opposing each other, that is a war and squares. Okay. So with this squaring with the Sun and Aries, which is adding more fuel in there, all you need is a little spark, and that spark is gonna coming from where? From the shadow, from Lilith. You see this red square up here. So all it takes a little communications. All right. But if you properly talk to your Mars, Mars not gonna be acting upon it. So it's all depends. What is gonna be the warrior does from within. All right. So we are moving forward. Um, Mercury is coming up, and as you see it, the moon it's coming again into this Pisces energies in there, and here it's pretty much the same position as Mercury was when he started to be a retrograde. But right now we are in a different situations. We are still at this sun that is at the beginning of Taurus. We're seeing that Lilith that it's the beginning of Scorpio, and we're seeing Pluto, who is the beginning of Aquarius. All I'm gonna say about this is about new revolutions with oneself and learning how to grow. So whatever you learned during this process of Mercury retrograde, whatever you got, it's gonna be helping you personally, but it's also gonna be helping the environment. So as you looking at within these situations in there, everything can happen. Okay, but it is about your reactions, and this is why you're learning the new belief system yourself. Now you're ready for a totally new things that comes in. As you see at the moon, Saturn, Venus, and Neptune, they're gonna be pretty much together. And as Venus is going to be coming out of these energies, and that's gonna be at 1st of May. So with that energy in there, Mercury is gonna be showing up that growth. Mercury is gonna be sextiling Jupiter. Okay. So now, guys, if you have some questions, I can take a few. If not, let's share the love and the light, and I will see you in a little bit with the astro gravitational report for tomorrow. Okay, guys. And I want to say thank you guys for coming to the channel. Send you some lots of love, guys. Be love. I will see you.